sad to see him go, given all that he's brought to the table. But I like what the trade does for them. I bet it helps them right off the bat, not to mention in the long term.
Miller with a wide open look. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. Clark, we've all heard the comparisons. Brandon Miller plays a lot like a young Paul George.
And you know, it makes a ton of sense when you consider that Paul George is Brandon Miller's favorite player. So he spent a bunch of time studying how PG gets it done and putting those moves into his own book bag.
And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
No problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
That's his first personal foul. 17 foul.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks very much. Briefly spoke with David Adelman. I asked him what's the hardest thing about facing Nikola Jokic. He said the way he controls the game at the offensive end. He keeps everyone involved. He's a great scorer, and you have to keep him off the offensive glass. It's a tall order, all of it. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now, here's Jokic. Following the miss by Miles Bridges. Second chance shot. And it's Jokic missing. The Nuggets on offense. And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
Nobody near Williams. The Nuggets with another miss. Here's Bridges. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Wagner outside. Takes a three. The Pacers pull it in. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Pass to Achua. The dunk by Achua.
Good vision that time by Ball. You leave somebody open around him, and he's going to get the ball to him.
Williams for three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Williams has got 6.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Back to Bridges. Some nice passing here by Indiana. From outside the arc. Achua, no good.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
And you look at this year's Denver team, you know, Greg, trying to get more from their bench than they did last year.
Yeah, and you just don't want your starters to play so many minutes that they get gassed in the postseason. That's something Denver's trying to avoid this time around. Easier said, though, than done.
Denver leads by 5. From deep three-point land, Ball with the rebound. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. On the wing, Brooks. It's up a 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
For 3.
And when Brooks has his jumper working, the defense needs to locate him as soon as they can.
Pass to Lively. Williams for 3. It's hauled in by Achua. Left side, Ball. Trying to find Jokic. Gets it to him. And Jokic slings it in.
You know, for all of his agility and craftiness, the slick moves, Jokic not afraid to go old school and just throw it down on you.
Now, here is Miller. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Here's Bridges. Going inside. Oh, that's offensive interference.
Checking in the game for your Nuggets, number 13, Najee Marshall.
And here's Denver. Wagner outside. Pass to Miller. Jokic grabs the miss. Right side, ball. The three. It's good from long range.
Yeah, you know, it's a quirky release. There's no denying that. But he's a reliable shooter and scorer from the perimeter. Lonzo Ball making it happen.
Now, here is Miller. It's tipped. Stolen by Ball. Goes up. And Ball slams it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Miller, no up.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Here's Williams. Miles Bridges picking up that last basket. Back to Williams. And he uses the glass on the layup. Williams has got his third basket of the night.
Great to see a young guy play that kind of cerebral game. Wagner sees a shooter and gets him set up nicely.
Here's Achua. Connects from three-point range.
3 points.
Already finding his spots and capitalizing, playing really efficient basketball.
And here's Miller outside. Good on the triple. Miller's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Nuggets.
A huge reason Miller went so high in the draft. His three-point stroke. It's exactly what you want in a wing.
Now, here's Ball. 5 points in the game. And it's Jokic in the corner. And Lively pulls it down.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Here's Wagner with the three. And so it's the Indiana Pacers, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead.
The Pacers, 21.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Pacers so far, guys.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
Clark, obviously, this is a results league for head coaches. And we're always going to see lots of changes at that position.
I think you're exactly right. I don't necessarily agree with it all the time. I would like to see owners and general managers and decision makers be a little more patient, give coaches a little more runway. But we know it's a results-oriented league, and oftentimes the reality is that it's easier to change one coach than it is perhaps to change a handful of players on a roster that's not performing.
Outside, Beal. Back to Giddey. There's the triple. Bagley with the rebound. The Nuggets trailed by 5. Here's Dick. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson. Dick's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite three-point shot.
And once again off the mark by Indiana. Williamson looking it over. Drains it from beyond the arc. And the Nuggets lead by 1.
Yeah, Williamson stopped on a dime there. He's got the footwork and body control like a guard, but he's 280 pounds.
Pass to Hunter. Isaac outside. 5 on the clock. Hands it from downtown.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
It's Dick on the wing. And Grady Dick gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Mark, these Indiana Pacers play at one of the quickest paces of any team in the NBA.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's quite fitting considering the nickname, Indiana Pacers. And they do set the pace. They love to push that rock, and they do it relentlessly. Catching you before your defense can get set. It's a beautiful way to play. Tell you what, though, you got to be in great shape to make it work.
Pass to Marshall. Fires the 3. Williamson with it. There's the 3. Rebounded by Isaac. Right side, Beal. And there are the Pacers with another bucket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Fires from the corner. Denver grabs the miss.
Defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with it.
Williamson. And again, unable to change momentum here.
You know, he looks a little off-kilter to me this quarter. Still trying to find his rhythm.
Over to the wing. On the wing, Giddey. Indiana moving the ball around. Now here's Beal. Hunter on the wing. Another shot. And the layup is good. And now a 9-point Indiana lead.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Williams. Here's Lively. Good. The nice assist for Williams.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Pacers.
Here's Beal. And finished off by Beal.
What a play at the rim. Bradley Beal showing off all kinds of explosiveness.
And he found a perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
On the wing, Giddey. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pulls up, high post. And it's good off the back rim and in. Beal's got 9 points.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Dick wide open. And again, Denver with the triple.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Outside Beal. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
There's a minute 40 left in the first half of the game. No one near Williamson as he lets it go. And a miss there on the triple.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Isaac outside. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Nuggets. 7-point differential. And the dunk by Dick.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Williams for three. Rebounded by Isaac. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
The Nuggets trailed by 5. Here's Dick. And the 3 off target. We've got 22 seconds left now here in the second. And the foul called on Josh Giddey. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Here's Wagner. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Here's Bridges. He can't hit that time. Bradley Beal, he's been the guy making things happen for Indiana. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll return shortly. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Pacers leading by 5. And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively, but where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. But giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls, they've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, Franz Wagner grew up in Germany, but he says one of the reasons that I went to college in the U.S. was to learn a different mentality. The game is played more competitively, and talking trash is welcome. Added in me deep down, but that brought it out more. That combination of styles has helped him to this day. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thanks. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. It's Brooks on the wing. Clock at 6. Pass to Jokic. Another miss by Jokic.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
Wagner outside. And the layup's good off the glass. Wagner's got his second basket.
Wagner will battle you inside now. He's not afraid to embrace and even initiate contact.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Taken away by Williams. Oh, and here we go now with Miller. Nobody back. Oh, the power on that throw-down.
And what an incredible talent Miller is. What a ferocious finish there.
And the foul called on Brandon Miller. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Beal gets a wide open look. Drills it from outside. Beal's got 14 points.
finally they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Lively. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Faulkner wide open. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Indiana leading. Nikola Jokic, Clark, is as skilled a big as we have seen. And when he has the ball, he can really affect the opposition.
Yeah, he's such a great passer, and he's got tremendous size. I mean, people forget because he's pretty nimble and agile that he's, right at 7 feet tall, 7'1", with really long arms. So he's a problem just from the size standpoint. Then you factor in his otherworldly skills as a passer, as a shot maker, as a basketball player. And now you've got something that's as unique as we've seen in, I think, the history of the game.
And here is Ball. 5 points in the game. Jokic high post. Outside for Beal. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic. And now a 5-point Indiana lead.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Shots good by Miller.
Answer 3 right there. Miller returning the faith.
Brooks outside. And the Pacers another 3.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Williams for 3. And again, Denver hit the triple.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Indiana moving the ball around. Back to Ball. Pass to Hunter. 5 to shoot. And stolen by Miller. For 3. They get it back. Ball's knocked loose. Back to Williamson. Shot clock at 5. And there's... Oh, my goodness.
But what a dunk artist this guy is. Whenever Williamson takes flight, you're just expecting to see something special.
Greg, one of the best assets of Zion Williamson is his versatility.
And the combination of power and skill, it's obviously unique. And what I love about him is he's making better and better decisions. He's become as reliable as he is explosive.
For the lead, basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And Clark, we're looking at Franz Wagner here. What makes him so effective?
Well, his size and mobility, a rare combination, and how good he is instinctively at the defensive end of the floor. I mean, he can get out and get in a stance and guard guards, and he also can bang inside with big physical guys, and he's very fluid in his motion, great agility. Love watching that young fella play.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Both teams making some changes here. Pacers trail by 5. Out left to the wing. Back to Giddey. Outside Beal. Pass to Achua. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch. And the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Dick can't get it to go. And it's Indiana's ball, trailing by 5. It's off to Utah after this game, where they'll face the Jazz. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for it. Wagner from long range. Rebounded by Isaac.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
There's a screen by Achua. In the corner, it's Hunter. And that comes off the assist by Giddey. Hunter's got 5.
A very consistent three-point shooter. Hunter shoots it well from there because of how confident he is.
Williams' shot is off. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And really just asleep at the wheel. I mean, they've been caught napping here a few times, and it's starting to hurt them.
Well, they're treating the ball like it's got leprosy. I mean, turnovers this quarter resulting in 6 points the other way. Can't happen.
Here's the 3. That doesn't go. He's 5 of 12 on the night. Here's Giddey. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even. 5 points in the game.
And this Aussie has some moves in his bag. Giddey, fantastic at creating scoring opportunities for himself.
Right side, Beal. Over in the corner, Isaac. It's Beal on the wing. And the 3 ball is good. Beal's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Bradley Beal, he's picked. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Exum with it. He takes it in. Oh, and the jam by Exum.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And the defense has to recognize this. Hunter is a legit threat to shoot off the catch. And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Beal from long range. The offensive rebound. Back to Giddey. Pass to Achua. Clock at 4. There's Beal with the 3. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket. Shooting a healthy 60% tonight. To Exum. Over in the corner, Marshall. His 3-pointers off the mark. Pacers leading by 7. Here's Giddey. He lays it up off the glass.
And he's got the speed to get away from defenders. Giddey turning on the Jets there.
Got it. Nice one there from Exum. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Stolen by Exum. Takes the 3. The Pacers pull it in.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Rebounded by Isaac.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy two, the for sure two. No need to make it fancy and special.
Now Giddey. 2 points. That one goes. Giddey's got the lead up to 9 now for the Pacers.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
Now here's Exum. Shot clock at 6. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And again, Denver no good.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Back to Giddey. Indiana needs to get a shot off. That one goes in. Beal's got 25 points.
Beal is always a scoring threat, but right now we're seeing what happens when he's in the zone.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And though the Nuggets have some excellent outside shooters, Clark, they've been more prolific inside the arc the last couple years.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, they were an extreme example of that, Kevin. First in the league in 2-point attempts, and then dead last, almost dead last, in 3-point attempts. Not what most people would think when looking at the Nuggets.
Pass to Williams. And he banks in the layup.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Brooks outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. And the Pacers lead by 12.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from 3-point range.
Williamson in the post. Wagner outside. Over Brooks. And it's Wagner missing.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Bridges misses.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Williams for 3. It's rebounded by Indiana.
It's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
Yep, and they've simply shown more aggressiveness, guys. More desire to secure the ball.
Back to Achua. Outside, Ball. Bridges, no one around him. Offline with his 3.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Pass to Jokic. And here is Achua. Puts up a deep 3. And Lively pulls it down. The Nuggets trail by 12. Here's Exum. He doesn't hit that one. And here we go with Brooks running it up the court. Drains the jumper to finish the break. And that's 11 points for Brooks.
Good shot that time by Brooks.
And finished off by Williamson.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climber.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He knows every possession is critical now.
Substitution on the court.
We've got 1:23 left in the 4th quarter of this one. And it's Jokic in the corner. Off target from outside. And so Miller will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Pacers.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this is a great team effort by everyone.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. But I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Bradley Beal.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Well, I love the athleticism he brings to the table. Bridges can really score on the move and still maintain control of his body in those tight windows.
So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead.